You ever just hear yourself speak?
Like, focus up here.
Alright, because I can't fucking focus and hit my shot when the ears are fucking happen all the time, and I had to hit a shot. I can hit it.
And then think, what did I just listen to? I'm not that good looking, my confidence is rock bottom, but even my voice sounds terrible to listen to as well? It's something many of us have experienced, but rarely understand. And so why is it that we hate hearing our own voice? In order to produce sounds, let's first imagine we're people clown over here. If you blow air into the balloon go big. If you let go of the big air balloon, the rubber bands snap back. It starts farting out the air that was vibrating inside the balloon. Our voices work the same way, but instead of a balloon, we have our larynx, aka the voice box. Air passes through our vocal cords, making them vibrate. Sound familiar? It's the same thing as the balloon farting, except we fart out incoherent speech on a daily basis. Sound can take two different pathways to reach our ears, and what you hear is different depending on the path taken. The first way is through air conduction, and is a fancy way of saying our sound waves travel through the air to make its way to our ears. It's how we hear spoken language, like when the YouTuber tells you to
hit that subscribe button.
The air travels from our vocal cords, makes its way to our skull, then directly to our ears. Our bones have a superpower where sounds that pass by it have to go through puberty, making them sound deeper than when it goes through air. This is called bone conduction. When we talk, sound will take both paths at the same time. The sound waves travel through the air and makes it into your ear, and at the same time, sound waves travel inside your body via bone conduction. This combination of sounds is the voice you've been used to hearing all this time. But when you listen to yourself in a playback recording, there is no bone conduction. All you hear is the sound traveling through the air, and it's why it sounds so different from what you're used to. Recordings, however, allow us to hyperanalyze like every aspect of our voice. Suddenly, we notice speech patterns, tics, or pronunciations we weren't aware of before. This can lead to self-consciousness, especially when our brains like to play tricks on us, making us believe we're being noticed more than we really are. We worry everyone else is noticing these flaws, but think about it. During a conversation, are you really paying attention to someone else's filler words or their weird little pronunciation quirks?
No.
And chances are you didn't even notice I included the word like multiple times throughout this entire bit, unless you rewind it and tried to focus in on it. Instead, you're focused on the message being delivered.
Good news, everyone!
It turns out we don't hate our voice as much as we thought. Some people in lab coats and goggles much smarter than I wanted to study how we perceive our own voices. The smart people asked 80 men and women to rate different voice recordings on a scale of 1 to 10, based on how attractive they thought each voice sounded. Their own voice recordings were also mixed in. It turns out people rated their own voices as more attractive than others, compared to what other participants rated their voice as. For some reason, we wake up to zero confidence, but at the end of the day, our human tendencies can't let us give up the fact that we still think we are the best. So the next time you hear a recording of yourself, fret not. It's just a slightly different version of the voice you're used to hearing.